Welcome to Just Ride Bikes. I'm David and you join me on one of the toughest days I've ever had on a road bike. But luckily I have a secret weapon. So these are ENVE's brand new SES 4.5 Pro wheels, and the Pro is the important part of the name. Developed, as you might guess, with a UAE Emirates team and Tadej Pogačar. And the headline story is weight saving. The weight has dropped from 1,450 grams to a claimed 1,295 grams, and that is seriously lightweight for a deep section wheel. So the area is retained, but the weight is dropped, and puts them in the right company with other lightweight area wheels on the market right now. So weight has been saved in several key places, starting with the hubs. These are the brand new ultralight Pro inner drive hubs, which weigh 281 grams a pair, and now feature ceramic bearings as well, which the company has developed in-house. And then new carbon laminate to save 50 grams per rim. And then the rims are slightly shallower, not by much, and then a bit narrower as well. The internal rim width is now 23.5 millimeters, designed to meet the ETRTO standard for use with a 28mm wide tyre. And then one really interesting detail on the rims on the inside. As a result of trying to remove as much excess carbon to save weight as possible, they've essentially created a mini hook at the top of the wide hookless bead, which now gives a higher max pressure rating, up from 72.5 of the previous wheels up to 100 psi with these new wheels. These new wheels look like they combine the weight of a shallow climbing setup with the area gains of a deep section wheel, potentially the best of both worlds. Time to put them to the test. So the plan is to ride stage 18 and stage 19 of this year's Tour de France, the two big mountain stages in the French Alps. So lots of climbing. I've got a good bike, a lightweight set of wheels, and hopefully a good pair of legs on me, but we'll soon find out. So let's crack on, let's dive in and do some climbing. So today we're riding stage 18, currently on the Col de Madeleine, a 20-kilometer climb. Majestic, beautiful, breathtaking and tough, hot and sweaty. But near the summit now, some amazing views of the mountain range. Over there, look at that. Look at the sky. But yeah, what a ride so far. Welcome to the top of Col de Madeleine, a 2,000 meter summit. I mean, the suffering just fades away when you appreciate the amazing view, the immense landscape, the mountains behind us. The riding is epic, but the landscape is epic. Look what I found. Just happened to bump into Mr. Ben Delaney, of all places.
What a small world.
What are you doing here?
What a small world. You know, just playing bikes, playing with toys.
I saw that. What do you think of that climb then?
Oh, it's incredible. Fantastic. Especially at our very civilized pace. You know, once you went off and did your own thing, we brought it back down to slightly sub-world tour.
I had to rush off to the toilet halfway up.
Yeah, it looked like a Tommy Dumoulin.
It was,
there,
yeah.
like abrupt hard left, exit stage left.
So drop some weight. Riding in the mountains is so much fun. The French Alps is a playground for the road cyclist. Immense climbing, stunning descents, breathtaking views, just fantastic. How cool is this cycle path? Cut into the mountain, river down there, that overhang. Whoa. Ah, the breeze next to the river, lovely. The heat has been unbearable today, sweltering hot. But the cool breeze down by the river, just lovely. And a bit of shade from the sun as well. It's relentless, this heat. So I'm here with Mike from Sporty Brakes, supporting us over our 2 days of riding here in the Alps. What's the single biggest bit of advice you'd give people riding the mountains?
Low gears, take it easy, particularly on the first few climbs. Just spin your legs, ride well within. You should be riding at a pace that you can comfortably have a conversation at.
Okay.
And if you're riding too hard and you're too out of breath, then you'll pay for it on the later climbs. I've ridden the Etape, I guess, about a dozen times.
Oh, wow.
And I've always finished it. And that's kind of the policy that I've always adapted to make sure that I get to the end.
That's sound advice. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
So here we go, final climb of today's route. Had a quick coffee and Coke, and hopefully the legs should work and get me out this final climb. Another 20-kilometre climb. I don't do things by halves here in the French Alps, do they? 20-kilometre climb. So yeah, let's see what the legs have got left. Okay, status update. 5 kilometres to go on a final wretched climb. My legs hurt. It's so hot, sweating so much, but nearly there. It's been a battle to keep the legs turning over, the crank spinning. But the view back down the valley just makes the suffering worth it. Look at this. This is why you suffer on mountain climbs, for that payback. The bike has been amazing. The ENVE Melee handles fantastically on the mountain descent, and the wheels are, yeah, phenomenal. I'm a big fan of the 4.5s anyway, but now with the weight saving, they're even better, and they definitely do help in the climbs. That weight saving, you definitely notice it, and they look amazing as heck as well. So that is the top of another 20-kilometre climb, and to be honest, I'm over the moon that I made it, because I wasn't sure I would. At the bottom I was struggling with the heat, it was intense, the heat, and I was feeling a bit wobbly, but here we are. You have guys over there. I made it. I'm really pleased with myself. I'm really pleased that I pushed through, took more food, more water, and just kept turning the pedals, tried to follow the wheels, and I made it. But the final 3 kilometres was a sting in the tail. But yeah, as with any big mountain climb, the view at the top is on top of the world. It just makes the suffering fade away very quickly, and it's a reward. That's why you do mountain climbs. Yes, you suffer, you question why you're doing it sometimes, but when you reach the summit, you are reminded of why you do this. All under your own steam on a bicycle. Look who it is, it's only Ben Delaney again. Ouch, how's that?
Humbling, exhilarating. All the things.
Look at this thing.
Hey. Sit.
Did you enjoy 20 kilometres of suffering? It went
All
on.
20?
All
No.
20, every single kilometre.
No.
Especially the last 3.
No. There were, you know, we talk in gravel about type 2 fun. There was some type 2 fun in there, but there's also some type 1.
Okay, yeah.
It got a lot better after y'all dropped me and I could settle into my own pace instead of...
I thought you stopped taking
Very good.
photos. And of course, what goes up must go down. A nice bit of payback for the suffering on the climb. So, drop in and do it. Now, for a bit of fun, when I arrived in France a few days ago, I shared an image of stage 18 of this year's Tour de France, the day before riding it, which is essentially a shark tooth profile. It looks horrendous. And I asked for your advice and tips on riding in the mountains. And I put some of it into use as well, because I'm a bit rusty riding in the mountains. I've not been to France, to the Alps in a long time. So I put quite a bit of your advice into practice, and some really stood out for me. Gearing choice is essential, having super low gears. On the bike loaned to me by ENVE, I had a compact 1130 on the back. Ideally, I'd have an 1134 or 1136 on the back to give me more spinning range, but thankfully I had enough gear range to get up the climbs. Most of them aren't too steep, so average of 8% in places. Wasn't much steeper apart from a few sections. The other one, pacing. Pacing is really important. It's so tempting at the beginning of a stage, beginning of a ride, when you're fresh, to go fast up that first climb while you feel good, dancing on the climb, on the pedals, but I went deliberately slower. The other one is about the importance, it's obvious, but it's worth reminding everybody really, and myself. Hydration, nutrition, just keep drinking, get the energy powder in you, electrolytes, and just keep eating as well. Just even when you're not hungry, keep eating, keep drinking, because the worst thing that can happen halfway up a 20k climb is you bonk. And I suffered up some of the climbs, I really suffered. But I managed to keep going, I stayed hydrated, I kept my body fueled, and just the tiredness and the heat got me. But the best bit of advice is to remember that I chose to be here. So suffering is of my own doing. And it's worth remembering to look up from the stem, the computer, and admire the amazing view. I run out of words to describe just how majestic and beautiful this landscape is, and that's the best thing about riding bikes. You propel yourself up these climbs, you earn the views at the top, and you earn the descent on the way back down, and the descents are fantastic. The bike goes downhill like an absolute rocket. So a lot of fun. So yeah. If you get a chance to come out to the French Alps, I highly recommend you do, either during the Tour de France or before or after. It's definitely worth a trip of a lifetime. But just make sure you come prepared, do as much training and riding as you can. Make sure you've got good gears on your bike and you're well prepared in terms of pacing and nutrition, and then the rest hopefully will take care of itself. So thank you to everybody that left a message on my Instagram. It meant a lot to me, and yeah, it really helped me over 2 tough days of riding here in France.
Yep.
Right, good morning. Day 2, we're riding stage 19, another big mountain day ahead of us. Tired legs, tired body, but happy, excited to be out here. The weather looks amazing. A bit cooler this morning than yesterday, but should be good. Let's check in with Ben Delaney. How are you feeling after day 1?
Fresh as a daisy. We're just openers, right?
Openers.
Yesterday, what, 6.5 hours ride time? 12 hours total time out on the road. Jake wasn't even sweating yesterday.
Yeah.
Absurd.
In the big ring the whole day.
It's called dehydration.
The benefit of still on your soul.
You can't sweat when there's no fluid. It's properly pickled.
Just straight into it today, huh?
Yes, so.
Riding back to back mountain stages, it's tough on the body. Recovery, stretching, nutrition, hydration. You sweat so much, you're drinking all the time. Just keep the body topped up. Just don't know how the pros do it. Really liking the ENVE Melee. I reviewed it before in the past, of course, but riding it here in the mountains, it's been fantastic. Just amazing handling down through the descents, around the switchback corners, and these ENVE race tyres give loads of grip, really nice grippy tyre. Definitely inspire lots of confidence through the corners. And the bike's lightweight as well, plenty of stiffness, it's climbing really well. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. So we just completed this climb here. A real nice climb actually, quite a mellow gradient, nice hairpins, and look at that view. Look at that mountain range there. So nice highs yesterday, 1650, still plenty high enough. But yeah, lovely climb. And look at the mountains over there. Oh, it's just breathtaking. The Alps, the French Alps are beautiful, absolutely stunning. Because we're out 2 weeks before the tour reaches these roads, they've been resurfaced with fresh, smooth tarmac, which means the roads right now are riding are pretty rough. But no worries, we have big tyres, all good. So that was Col de Prix, which is a lovely climb, quite easy at the bottom and then really steep for the 2/3 to top, about 9% average gradient. But it brought us here with a view of the mighty Mont Blanc. Look at that, covered in cloud at the top, just breathtaking views. The summit of each climb here in the French Alps just gives you this amazing landscape. I mean, it's so quiet as well. Isn't that amazing? So another climb down, 2 more to go I think. It's been an amazing day and a half so far. Just spectacular riding, amazing roads, great company, fantastic bike, nice set of wheels as well. Really impressive wheels so far. Not a massive game changer over the old wheels, but definitely noticeably lighter, and I appreciate the weight saving on these long climbs. You know, I'm not a weight weenie, but I take any weight saving measure I can take on these long 20k climbs when aero is less of an issue and it's more about weight and trying to maintain a consistent power output. So yeah, and they look snazzy as hell too. Silver hubs, silver spokes and silver decals for the win. I can see a resurgence of silver spokes over the next few years. I'm bored of black everything, stealth black, murdered out bikes. So yeah, bring back silver group sets as well, yeah. Bonjour! Look at this! Going past a reservoir over an immense road. Look at that! France knows how to do roads and engineering. That is spectacular! And that is the top of Courmet de Roseland, a lovely, gentle, scenic climb. And now we descend down another amazing mountain road. On the final climb of the day, La Plan, and the heat done me in. I'm overheating. The temperature dial is in the red, blowing a gasket, and the roads are melting. There's tar stuck to my tyres. It's that hot in the mid-30s. Wow. But 5k to go, nearly there. Right, here we are. top of the plan. 1 kilometre to go. My goodness me, what a day it's been. That is a sight for very tired legs. Finally the top of the climb and the last climb of this amazing 2-day experience riding in the Alps. Stage 18 and stage 19 of this year's Tour of France. They are hard, but fantastic, dramatic. And I mean, look at the landscape, look at the view. Everywhere I go this week, I bump into Ben Delaney. Look, there he is.
Like a bad rash, just can't get rid of me.
That drone. Ben, what's your 2 days riding the mountain like? Highs and lows.
Not emotionally prepared for this. Oh, that was a lot of things, you know. It was
Definitely a lot of things.
I mean, we've been out for like 10 hours a day at least, right? Like, you know, total ride time's been like 6 and change each day. But starting early out all day. It's enough to go through the whole like roller coaster emotions, but mostly highs, lots of highs. So what were highs? Just the sheer beauty of the place is fantastic, and the variety of it. You know, how quiet a lot of the roads are. You know, there were a couple of spots were in traffic, but very little of that. And I think, you know, lots of that's due to the expertise of Mike and others, like
absolutely,
putting it together. But you know, some of it lost the ability to speak. Some of the things just the you know, French culture, having cycling is just like part and parcel of it. You know? So it's not like just like this weird novelty that's tucked away. It's like, yes, of course, every climb has markers, every kilometer, not just where you are, but what the gradient is. And it's just a thing. How about for you? What were the highs and lows?
I think for me, the views, the landscape, the mountainscape is just breathtaking. Like, even when you're suffering, you look up away from your stem and the views are amazing. And like when you get to the summits, that reward is just worth it. The suffering fades away. I mean, there's some suffering. There's some lonely places, but you look around you and think, that's how lucky we are to be here. The bicycle's taking us to these amazing places.
Absolutely.
So,
and just like the fraternity of like the people we're riding with, and just like seeing other riders. It's quite enjoyable. I appreciate having steady wheels to follow, you know.
Me too.
It was positive.
No attacking, no tactics. That's for sure. And a pleasure to ride with you again.
Likewise.
With the riding over, let's find out a bit more about the new ENVE wheels and how they was developed in partnership with Tadej Pogačar and his team, and how it pushed a US company to develop these new lighter, faster wheels.
Just ridden more climbing than I've done in a month normally.
Me too. We're the same there.
But luckily we had some amazing wheels to ride. Tadej's new secret weapon, which are out now. So these are the pro wheels. What does the pro mean? Can you talk about the pro elements of these new wheels?
Yeah, so pro is anything that is R&D project development with our professional teams. So really, it's the development, close working with the team, the athletes on understanding what the needs are for the highest level. So it's truly purpose-built for the athletes that are chasing like every bit, not just the percent, but like the tenths, you know. So and that's really what this wheel is. There are other projects that have been happening, but they have yet to launch. This is the next one that's launching. So exciting.
Has it been quite a step up from where you were before to, has it really challenged you as a company, as engineers, to really raise your game? Not that you weren't before, but... No,
I mean, it wasn't our first World Tour program. You know, we worked with Dimension Data, NTT, and that's really with them, that's where the SES 4.5 was developed back in 2016 as a Paris-Roubaix wheel. When you're thinking about crazy, massive, high volume 28 millimeter tires. Now fast forward, and that's just what they're using on every road stage, if not 30s. The partnerships, they push us, but we had a lag in that where it really dropped off, and kind of UAE coming on, and the possibilities of like them pushing us, and then really you know, we're in it. We're not a charity. You know, we're a business, and so the opportunity to commercialize these products that have been developed with the team is like, oh, okay, now it's a massive opportunity for us.
So the wheel's been around for 10 years, give or take. Like sort of
The original
2016.
SES 4.5 AR was launched in, I believe, October 2016.
And it's crazy how the acceptance of wide tyres and also aero everywhere on all stages, not just flat stages, but mountain stages has changed in the last few years. And seeing Tadej and the Galibier last year, riding not these, but this sort of profile rim on a climbing stage was quite something.
The normal 4.5. Yeah. With, you know, he was running 30s even on some of the climbing stages last year, and we saw him really attacking on the descents. You know, if I went back, you know, 8 years ago, I would have never believed that we're, you know, we're where we are today
now,
with 28 to 30 millimeter tires, everyone on tubeless, and you know, they're looking at the data, and it's faster.
And like the goal with the wheel has been saving weight, but not at the expense of aero. So you kept broadly the same depth rim. You haven't gone to a shallow rim, which would be the more obvious solution to saving weight. You kept the aero, but also try and save weight. So that's quite a challenge and quite an engineering challenge to retain the aero but save weight. And they're a lot lighter than the old wheels, aren't they?
They are. They're 160 to 170 grams lighter than the current SES 4.5, and that was you know what we, you know, our engineering team, we really looked at how we can save the weight without sacrificing durability, without sacrificing some of the features that really make the 4.5 special. And so as you said, it's aerodynamics, it's the leading edge, you know, continuing the wide leading edge for overall durability, impact strength. And, you know, when the riders hit a pothole at 50 kilometers an hour, you know, or anything like we need the structural integrity of the rims, and also just the, you know, we didn't save weight everywhere at the cost of other metrics that we're looking at, and that's kind of our design philosophy. Like we need to be competitive in weight, but there are things we won't sacrifice, and part of that even goes to the new Pro Hub, where, you know, the stiffness, the axle stiffness, how the wheel responds when you're descending, you know, some of these crazy alpine descents that we've been on the last 2 days, like that's a big part of it. The riders need confidence in just the feedback of the wheel, and that they can be just sending it through these corners and no worry, you know.
Where's this leave the current SES? These don't replace the regular. These are an addition. These are the lightweight versions.
Addition, yeah. So the SES 4.5 and the rest of our SES line continues, and so what we'll see is the team will consistently use the current 4.5 in anywhere that they're going to use a 30 millimeter tire. So that's flat stages or lightly rolling. That they really like a 30 millimeter tire, because if you look at rolling efficiency, that's where it's at. Where you have elevation, so punchy stages, you know, Tadej is raced on 1-2 stages of UAE Tour on these in some of the early development. Then we've seen them, you know, raced and winning anytime the road goes up.
So it is basically a climbing wheel.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't look like it.
It doesn't look like it. It's a climbing wheel for the fastest riders. The guys that are climbing at that speed, you know, 25 to 30 kilometers an hour.
It's mind blowing.
Yeah.
Can we expect more pro wheels in the future? I mean, where does this leave the shallow wheels and the deeper wheels in the range? Are they redundant? Because this is the perfect all-round wheel set for.
I mean, this is again a purpose-built wheel for professional athletes. Like there's a huge amount of appeal for our customers, because it's, you know, it achieves the weight of a climbing wheel, and you still, like, we all love a deep wheel. You know, they respond well, they're stable. But it doesn't replace a 3.4, which is a really nice riding wheel that, you know, the speeds that you and I are climbing, like that's a really good, it's a good option.
Yeah.
2.3 as well. So it doesn't replace that, because we realize that Tade is not our customer. It's a different, it's a different level, but the Pro line will expand.
The silver hub and spokes, is that a weight saving measure, or is that just because it looks amazing and it just looks snazzy as hell?
Yeah, no, it's not weight savings. It's really to differentiate.
Okay.
We like the look of it. It's kind of, I personally think it looks premium, but it's also kind of this retro look as well at the same time. And it also to differentiate it a little bit from the rest of the SES line.
Okay. You didn't choose carbon spokes. Quite a few brands going carbon spokes.
Yeah.
Was that a discussion you had internally about?
Yeah, and it continues today. Like carbon spokes are.
You're currently constantly assessing the.
Yeah, it's a great technology. There's actually, it's the easiest way to save weight. We could have saved, more weight with carbon spokes than we did in the rim, where we meticulously looked at every place that we could save weight. But the reason we didn't do carbon spokes is that in our testing, aerodynamics testing, wind tunnel testing, we cannot currently find a solution for carbon spokes to perform aerodynamically as well as stainless steel. So we're exploring other proprietary options and always looking, because again, we're always pursuing. The team never stops asking for what's next. We deliver this, and they're like, "We love it. What's next?"
Oh, right, they're not.
Yeah. So
never happy. Just not happy, but pushing you constantly.
Yeah. There will be a what's next. It may or may not be carbon, but it's not the carbon spokes that you're currently seeing.
So to keep an eye on Tade bike for. And I guess with these spokes, they're easy to replace because they're more conventional spokes. So if you break one,
on the consumer side, you can be out riding, like we are here, and if you break a spoke, you can find one in a bike shop.
Okay, fantastic. Well, thanks for your time, Neil.
Yeah, thank you.
That was a simply incredible 2 days of riding in the French Alps. Plenty of suffering on the climbs, in the heat for sure, but for me, personally, a massive sense of achievement as well. And the wheels, not bad at all. This isn't a full review of the wheels. I'll save that for when I'm back on familiar roads, but I am impressed. ENVE has managed to shave off a noticeable amount of weight without making any dramatic changes to an already excellent and popular wheel set. They do feel very similar to the standard SES 4.5 wheels in terms of ride quality and stiffness, just with the added bonus of being lighter. And we are getting closer to the holy grail of a wheel set that's both lightweight and also very aero with no real downsides. Big thanks to ENVE for sharing this experience with me and allowing me to share the experience with you, so thank you very much for watching today's video.